Hello, my name is Noah Hedderick. I am a fourth year co op student with the University of Lethbridge doing digital marketing with the Calgary Campus. I'm excited to bring you a new series called COVID Conversations, where I interview other co op students, staff, and alumni around the University of Lethbridge to see how COVID has affected their careers. Stay tuned on our different social media pages, our websites, and our YouTube for more episodes. All of these interviews will be done through Zoom, and I look forward to sharing these people's stories with you. Stay tuned for more episodes, and thanks for joining. Hello, everyone, and welcome to COVID Conversations. I am your host, Noah Hedderick, and I'm joined today by Knox. She's a co op student here at the University of Lethbridge, and we're going to be asking her some questions about what she's been doing during COVID time here. So I just want to start off by saying thank you so much for joining us, Alex.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me.
Absolutely. So I guess the first question I just wanted to start with was just to explain to the people kind of who you are, just what year you're in and what degree you're taking here at the University of Lethbridge.
Yeah, so I am currently in my fifth year at the University of Lethbridge. I'm in the Bachelor of Management program, and my major is marketing.
That's really interesting, Alex. So what do you actually do for your co-op? Like, where do you work and kind of what do you do for the company that you work for?
Yeah, so I got hired by Parks Canada. I am the Assistant Marketing Coordinator for the Canadian Rockies Hot Springs. So that includes the Banff Upper Hot Springs, Radium Hot Springs, and Mayette Hot Springs in Jasper.
So as far as your like daily job tasks and what your duties are, what would that kind of entail for Parks Canada?
Yeah, so my daily duties, they definitely vary, but I I usually once a week I'll pull attendance reports for the hot springs just to get a number of the visitation rates. I do a lot of web updates just when our messaging is changing, and that's been happening pretty frequently lately with COVID. I also I get to draft some social media posts in collaboration with the different field units. So they will get, it's usually hot springs related content that will get posted on either the Banff or Kootenay National Parks Facebook and Twitter accounts.
Oh, okay. As far as the co-op, were you here in Calgary doing it?
I was lucky enough to live in Banff for 2 months. I moved there in January and unfortunately had to move back to Calgary in March, but I was living in Banff originally for the position.
Oh, that's really awesome. So what was living in Banff like, especially like working there?
It was really cool. Yeah, it was definitely a different experience. Growing up in Calgary, I've always gone to Banff on weekends or day trips, but actually living there and being more immersed in the community was a really great experience.
So you're living in Banff. It's super beautiful. You got your own place. What would you say was your favorite memory about living out there?
One of my favorite memories about being in Banff was definitely getting to help out with a photo shoot in Lake Louise. It wasn't hot springs related, but it was with the field unit. We set up a winter camping scene in the Lake Louise campsite. The campsites were dug out probably 5 feet high with snow. We set up a little fire, yeah, and just had some props on the table. Like it was a real camping scene, and it was a lot of fun to help out with.
As far as your job, I feel like it's very interesting. You're working with parks and you're working with, the outdoors, and I feel like a lot of people are really interested in that. So what would you say the coolest part about your job is?
I would say the experiences that I've gotten to travel or even just learn about different places that I probably would have never heard about or thought about going to if I wasn't in this position.
That's excellent. So as far as challenges with COVID, of course, every job's going to have its challenge. But what's kind of been your biggest challenge with especially trying to market things that are closed and parks that, are not open?
Yeah, so I would say that exactly the concept of marketing a closed tourist attraction would have been the biggest challenge of COVID and of this job so far. We really had to switch our voice from the more come visit us type of messaging to to a voice of more reassurance and patience, and we'll be happy to have people back once we are open and once it's safe to do so.
what would you say your biggest learning point so far was?
I would say that is the importance of flexibility. The industry obviously took a pretty big hit, the tourism industry. And I think just working through that and showing resiliency and yeah,
Absolutely. And, I feel like once we get through this, especially every industry, we'll be able to get
yes,
through anything.
I agree.
Absolutely. Well, Alex, I really appreciate it. I really
Yeah, thank
appreciate
you.
you giving us your time. Best of luck with the rest of your co-op. I understand you work until the end of Christmas, so
Hmm.
hopefully, the hot springs will be open and we'll be open safely and
Yes,
everything like that. So again, we just wanted to thank you and
of
thank you everyone
course.
for checking out and watching this. This was COVID Conversations. I'm Noah Hedderick. That was Alex Knox. And thanks again, everyone. Take care.